Hi there, and welcome to another gear repair video. I'm your host, Olivier, and today we're going to be talking about how to put patches on and fixing waterproof material like Gore-tex and Event and all that good stuff. So what you're going to need for today is you're going to need your your piece of clothing that has a hole in it. Here I got my Gore-tex pants, they got a little hole in it. You're going to need a pair of scissors. You're also going to need something to patch the hole with. So here I'm using Gear Tough Tape, which I really like, but you can also get kind of Gore-Tex specific patches. Then, depending on if we're in the field or if we're at home, we'll do a couple different steps. All right, so here I've got my waterproof pants, and you can see there's a little hole in there that we're going to patch up. The first step that needs to happen is we need to have a dry garment. So whether you're at home or you're sitting under a tarp in the pouring rain or in your tent, you need to get your jacket or your pants pretty dry. So when I'm in the field, I usually do this kind of repair at the end of the day where I can sit in my tent for a good solid hour and get things nice and dry before doing this repair. The next step we're going to do is we're going to take our patching material and we're going just to cut a little patch to go around our hole. And we want to round those corners. Super important to round those corners because sharp corners will inevitably get caught on something and just kind of peel off. Okay, so I've rounded my corners and we're just going to peel off the backing and stick it on there. Okay, so this next part is we want to get this patch to really stick well onto the garment. We're going to want to apply heat and then apply a ton of pressure. And depending on if you're at home or in the field, this process is going to look a little bit differently. So if you're lucky enough to be at home, well, the first thing I'm going to do is grab a book, just a nice fat book, and place the patch underneath. Place the book underneath the patch so that we elevate the surface off the table here. And then we're going to apply heat. So I like using an iron, but what you can also use if you don't have an iron is a glass cup with a flat bottom or some kind of glass or mug, and then you can fill it with boiling water. And then that will kind of create a nice little heat pad underneath. Before I apply heat, I'm going to place a little parchment paper over the patch to protect the rest of the material. And with my iron, I'm going to set it to the cotton setting, or about 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And I'm going to apply heat for about 20 to 30 seconds. Okay. As soon as the heat is done, what I'm going to do is grab another book and just start adding a ton of pressure. If you have the time, what I like to do is I'll pile a whole bunch of books on here, maybe a weight, just put a ton of weight right on that patch, and I'll let it sit there for a couple hours just to really make sure that patch gets bonded really well to the fabric. After that, you pull it all done, and your patch is good to go. If you're stuck in the field and you don't have access to an iron or another heat material, what you can do is you can grab just your water bottle and fill it with boiling water. So get in the kitchen, get your stove going, get a pot of water boiling, fill your Nalgene, your water bottle with boiling water, and then you can kind of just rub the bottle on the patch again for 20 to 30 seconds to really get heat onto that patch. And then once that's done, you're just going to kind of sit there with your fingers and just squeeze that patch onto the fabric and get comfortable. And it just, the longer you can do this, the better. If you can get a solid 10, 15 minutes of good solid pressure, it's really going to help get that patch to stay on the fabric for the rest of your trip.